After Raijin had escaped with Daniel's daughter, Daniel sits in an office chair in his computer room. His elbows rest on his knees, a lighter and cigarette in his hands. His eyes are stuck wide open, as if lost in his own mind. Unblinking, he stares at the first thing Kazu and himself had ever built together. Kazu's first gaming PC. Daniel lights his cigarette before pressing the spacebar on the keyboard to his PC. Seven Nation Army, covered by postmodern jukebox, starts to play. Daniel's lips move to the words before taking a drag of his cigarette when there is no singing. This causes smoke to bleed from his mouth as he lip-syncs the words. The stinging burn in his eyes caused by the cigarettes go unnoticed. Daniel's ears pick up the sound of carpet shifting under shoes coming from the next room. Daniel lets out a sigh as he shakes his head before taking a drag of his cigarette.
Dapper always shows up first.
Another Daniel slowly turns the corner before leaning against the frame of the open door. It is Daniel, but different. He's dressed so sharp, he could skin a crocodile. His suit is wrinkle-free and his Oxford-style dress shoes polished to a mere finish. His hair is pulled back into a smooth, clean ponytail, and his facial hair is trimmed to perfection. Huh. What a disgrace, says Dapper with a grumble in his voice. And to think 8 years ago they called you a god hunter, says Dapper, scoffing at Daniel with a gentle smile. Daniel looks to Dapper with an easily recognizable look of rage for a moment before looking back to Kazu's gaming PC. A confused smile pops onto Dapper's face and disappears as quickly as it appeared. He then stands erect.
Ooh. Was that supposed to send a chill up my spine? Or was it supposed to make the hair on the back of my neck stand on end?
Says Dapper as he walks closer to Daniel. Dapper stops a foot or two away from Daniel before leaning down, putting his mouth right next to Daniel's right ear.
Or shall I remind you who the real fucking monster in the back of your head is?
Says Dapper with a nearly monster-like tone in his voice before standing erect and slowly walking back to the door frame he was leaning against. You know I'm not the one for confrontations, Daniel. But even I will admit, this is not something you take lying down. Says an English accent, but this one sounds almost snobby. Another Daniel appears. This one wears casual clothes and sits at Kazu's PC playing PlayStation 1 games on a PS4 controller. Dapper lets out a satisfying laugh.
Thank you. Even Tasser agrees with me,
says Dapper with a smile. I wasn't agreeing with you, but I'm not saying you're wrong, says Tatsus, lifting an eyebrow.
Any other words, love? Any other words?
Says Dapper, referring to the term. Any other words sound just as sweet. Can you two shut up? I'm trying to think, says Daniel with his real accent. A look of shock pops onto Dapper's face.
What's there to think about?
Says Dapper with an irritated look. Where and how to start? I've been out of the game for 8 years, guys. Cut me a little bit of slack, says Daniel, holding up the palms of his hands. Why did you take the job in the first place? Did you really need the money? Says Tatus with a look of irritation.
Great, you two,
says Daniel under his breath before massaging his temples with the tips of his middle finger and thumb of one hand.
That's the thing, Tatus. He didn't need it. He just thought it would be a good idea to get his daughter's name out here so she'd be respected in the underworld. But he didn't think of the repercussions of who might be fucking watching!
Screams Dapper, now only a few inches away from Daniel's ear once more. Like lightning, Daniel draws Oni with his right hand from the left side of his body and places the barrel against Dapper's knee. pulling the trigger. Dapper's knee explodes, sending bloods and chunks of flesh in every direction. The recoil of Oni having a violent reaction, making Daniel's arm stretch across his chest to the opposite side of his body. Daniel then lets go of Oni, allowing the gun to fly off into God knows where, and in one smooth motion, Daniel uses his right hand to draw another pistol from his right thigh, standing to his feet and grabbing Dapper's collar. He then slams Dapper against the wall before shoving the barrel into Dapper's mouth, chipping teeth.
You don't think I get it? I failed her. The best thing to happen to me in the shittiest moment of my life, and it's my fault she's gone. I want to get her back, but where do we start, you fucking asshole? You haven't even made a single suggestion, you fucking prick, so think!
Daniel, the real Daniel, now lies on the floor, his eyes stuck wide open and his right leg cut off at the knee. He lays unblinking as smoke leaks from his bloody, misshapen mouth. Blood seeps from the entry and exit wound of his head, forming a puddle. Oni is stuck in the wall, and the pistol he had shoved in Dapper's mouth sits in his hand. The barrel is still hot. A knock can be heard from the computer room door. Daniel's eyes shift, looking to the noise.